Hey there, Purple Rain 81 here. Um, as you can see, I just wanted to put an update video. If you haven't watched any of my videos on this knife, this is a SOG Trident. Um, I did an unboxing video, and then I had an updated video after I had a chance to carry it around for a while and give you my thoughts on it. And any of you have watched that video in particular, um, you'll know that I had an issue with the paint job on or actually I shouldn't say paint job. It was a powder coat that they put on the blade, um, and the one that was on that was similar to what's on that now. It's the tiger stripe version. This was originally. It's like a sort of a gray and a black tiger stripe pattern. But I had a lot of issues with the powder coat. Basically it was worthless. I mean, you could scratch it off pretty easy. Um, and I'm relatively easy on my knives, um, and it wouldn't hold up at all. I mean, if it came in contact with any kind of somewhat rough surface, it would scratch it right off. Um, I was very disappointed in that. And also now this blade is made out of an AUS-8 steel, which is a stainless. Uh, so it's supposed to have some more anti-corrosion and rust resistance to the steel. But with anything, it will rust on you. And I had some issues with that. And even not even with it being exposed to a lot of wet environments just from carrying it in my pocket, or occasionally it would get wet through use. And I had problems with it getting a speckling on the blade with rust, even over top of the original powder coat. So that told me that the powder coat was porous enough that it wasn't really offering any kind of protection whatsoever. So what I did was I took some 320 grit sandpaper, and I took the blade all the way down to the metal, which really kind of sucks because you pay a little bit more. It's not a whole lot, but a little bit more for that tiger stripe pattern rather than just the satin finish. So I ended up having to just sand everything off of it. Got it down to the bare metal, and then put just regular Krylon, the camo paint you can buy. Put the base coat for the tan on there, and then that same brand of paint for the black for the stripes. It's not perfect, but it looks fine to me. And then I put 2 coats of a matte finish clear coat sealant on it. Now this stuff, I've used this stuff on different things in the past. I used that on one of my AKs. And surprisingly, I mean, for as inexpensive as it is, and the fact that you're just spray painting it, after it takes a little while, but after about a week, for it to become completely chip resistant, it's a pretty durable finish. I haven't had, whatever I've used it on in the past, I have not had any bit of a problem as far as it chipping. I mean, under certain circumstances, yes, it will chip if you're beating the crap out of it. But with that and protecting the blade against rust, you don't have to upkeep on the oiling, which you typically would have to do for this type of steel. You have to make sure that it was oiled because of its problems with corrosion and rust. But that paint and the clear coat tends to seal up that steel pretty good, so you don't really have to worry about it as much. And to be honest, this is just a quick job. I mean, I did the whole thing, and even with dry times in between, I mean, maybe an hour. I would go back to it, do a step, go do whatever, come back, do the next step. So it's not really like it's a time-consuming process. So if this gets all beat up and chewed up, I can do exactly what I did before. Just take some sandpaper, blast through the paint, take it back down to the metal, do it over again. Not that big of a deal if I want it to stay looking nice. But don't get me wrong. I mean, the knife itself is, decent. I have my qualms about certain things about it, but overall, it's a good knife. But I just want to kind of throw that out there. If you're looking at buying this knife, if you want some sort of pattern like this, or you want it, black or whatever, um, don't. I wouldn't pay the extra money to have it in, the black or the tiger stripe or anything like that, because it's just not worth it. The coating on that doesn't do anything for corrosion protection, and it won't even stay looking good if you use the knife, which is ridiculous. But I would just get the satin finish blade and then do that yourself. It's not that hard. And I think it looks cool. It looks all right to me. I mean, it's not perfect, but whatever. But anyway, that's it. I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, give you an update of, like I try to do with most of my gear if I run into any kind of problems or find solutions for things. But if you do have this knife and you have that issue, or you're thinking about buying this knife, hopefully that helps you out. All right, thanks everybody for watching. Prepper Marine 81 out.